Home and away spoilers. Harper tells Tane he's going to be a dad. Next week on Home and Away in the UK, Perri's worst fears come true as his father tracks him down to Summer Bay. While Harper tells Tane he's going to be a dad, Perri has been living with mentor Tane since walking out on his abusive dad Carl, who had forced Perri into carrying out various activities that landed him in juvenile detention. Perri finally took a stand after Tane took him under his wing, knowing that his approaching 18th birthday meant any further incident would see him thrown in prison rather than UV. That hasn't stopped Carl from doing all that he can to regain contact with his son, though after repeated attempts to call him, Perri eventually blocked his number. Whilst doing what he can to look out for Perri, Tane has this week been hit by the tragic death of ex-wife Felicity, who he'd started to bond with again immediately before she collapsed from a brain aneurysm. Meanwhile, Tane is still unaware that he's going to be a father, after a one-night stand with Harper resulted in her falling pregnant. Although being a dad has always been Tane's dream, Harper has been struggling to find the right time to tell him, with the events of the past week putting another obstacle in her way. Next week, Perri answers his phone to an unknown number only to find that it's Carl. Using a friend's phone to bypass Perri's block, realizing who he's talking to, Harper assures Perri that he doesn't have to speak to him if he doesn't want to. But Perri puts on a brave face. Harper is quick to tell Tane about the call, and the fact that Perri seemed scared. When Tane later asks what Carl wanted, Perri tells him it was nothing good. Over at the beach house, when Harper tells Dana about Perri, Dana wonders whether Harper is now using Perri as an excuse to not tell Tane about the baby. There always seems to be a reason, Dana observes. Dana realizes that it's tricky for Harper, who has developed feelings for Tane, but Harper tells her that it's become more than that she's in love with him. How is she meant to become a parent with him whilst hiding her true feelings? Meanwhile, Perri tells Tane that Carl is insisting on sending him further details about a job he wants help with, but is determined to stand his ground and continue saying no. Tane's proud to hear it, and tells Perri to let him know if Carl calls again. Harper finally arranges to meet Tane to tell him about the baby. But just as she starts talking, she's interrupted by a call from Carl. Thwarted again, Tane worries that Carl will never give up on Perri, and it seems is right when Carl later waltzes into the gym to surprise Perri. When Perri asks how he found him, Carl points out that the youth program at Summer Bay Fit that Perri had shown interest in was a good place to start searching. Carl again makes it clear that Perri is expected to help him on his next job, but a defiant Perri tells him that he's not doing it anymore. Carl reminds him that family should always come first, and if he isn't at home tomorrow evening, then he'll come looking for him again. The conversation is interrupted by the arrival of Tane, who steps in and tells Carl to leave the premises. Tane follows Carl outside with Perri in pursuit, and warns him that he's heard everything about what is done, and that he shouldn't return. Carl tries to order Perri into the car, but with Tane's support Perri stands firm. Once in his car, a furious Carl does an online search for Tane and brings up the Coastal News story about his suspended sentence, something he could use to his advantage. Later in the week, Perri is on his own in the gym when Carl returns, angry that he didn't show up for the job after all. Perri reminds his dad that he no longer has to do what he says now that he's 18. But Carl then plays what he sees as his trump card, bringing up Tane's suspended sentence. Carl points out that Tane needs only one little slip-up to land himself in jail. Seething, Perri tells Carl to stay from Tane. Carl is happy to, if Perri comes home with him right now. As Carl follows Perri out into the clubroom, warning him that he shouldn't walk away from family. Both Tane and Harper are there to witness the altercation. Carl immediately begins to bait Tane, questioning why he would take a teenage boy into his home. Harper races upstairs to fetch Rose whilst, afraid of what Tane might do, Perri reluctantly agrees to go with Carl. Tane follows the pair outside in an effort to stop them, whilst Perri desperately tries to call Tane off. But as Tane pushes Carl, it seems as though he's playing right into Carl's hands. "Ooh wow," Carl taunts, "you really want to hit me? Don't ya? Come on then." Harper and Rose race over as things become heated, with Harper warning Tane that he has too much to lose. "What, Harper?" a worked-up Tane asks, already feeling at his lowest after walking out of Flick's memorial gathering. "What do I have left to lose? I'm pregnant," she blurts out. "You're gonna be a dad."
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.